New Year's Day is always a time to look forward and to reflect. For me, this one may be a little more reflective than most. This is the 18th and last time I will participate in this annual rite from this vantage point. Next year, I will have the privilege of, as my friend Margaret Lampy used to say, watching it over my toes. As I've said before, to be elected to public office is the highest honor bestowed on a citizen in the American democracy. To serve an elected office in Arlington is truly a privilege, and I am very conscious of the great privilege I have been given in being chosen by my fellow citizens to sit in this seat 5 times. I want to congratulate Mr. Tejada on his leadership in moving Arlington forward together in 2013. As I listen to the ambitious agenda our new chairman has laid out for the coming year, expounding the twin concepts of environmental and economic sustainability, I'm thinking about the kind of community that Arlington is, what we've been able to do over the years, the legacy that we inherited and that we will pass on. We who came to this board in the 1990s were heirs to a legacy of transit-oriented development, which provided a foundation on which to build a model sustainable community. A walkable, livable, diverse urban village, a microcosm of the measures that are needed throughout the nation if our society is to be sustainable. We invested heavily in assets that serve community needs, recognizing that the accumulation of these assets reinforces our fiscal strength, growing the tax base that supports all the services our community expects. Today, Arlington is envied and emulated as a model, not just for what we've done, but for how we've done it. Through good times and tough times, we've taken on hard challenges that other communities back away from, and we've stayed with our commitments. I'm often asked, especially by elected officials from other communities, how do you do it? Those who ask often seem to suspect that there must be something different about Arlingtonians. Of course, Arlington is richly endowed with talent. Its name regularly appears at the top of the list of most educated counties in America. But I have come to the conclusion that it is not that Arlington has more people who are smart enough to do all these things. It is that Arlington has more people who know that they are smart enough to figure it out. It's only partly education and talent. A lot of it is attitude, a collective commitment, and a can-do spirit. The kind of spirit that not too long ago characterized our country. A country that climbed out of the Depression and created Social Security, that in the space of a few short years took rocket science from science fiction to a declaration that will send a man to the moon and return him safely to the Earth within a decade, and did it. That invested in research and development and in its young people so that going to college didn't mean going to debt, and fought a war on poverty. Somehow, in recent years, much of our country seems to have become gripped by a can't-do mentality. We just can't do things we used to be able to do. Propose anything ambitious, and a chorus of naysayers arises to shout it down across the airwaves and the internet before there's even a chance for thoughtful discussion. It costs too much, it won't work, it will bankrupt us, bad things will happen, the government can't be trusted to do anything. And so the country that built the interstate highway system and metro rail can't even pass a transportation bill. We can forget high-speed rail even as every other developed or developing country races past us. We're told to ignore climate change even as the reality is ever more evident and costly. We shouldn't even try to provide health care for all of our people, and so on. It's as though as a national society, we've lost that self-confidence in our collective enterprise, that belief in ourselves, that commitment, that spirit that once made all things possible. Today, there are local echoes of the can't-do chorus, those who would have us turn away from the progressive legacy that has made this community the success that it is, to give up our belief in Arlington. But in Arlington, we've never lost the spirit, the commitment. We've aimed high, we've been ambitious in our undertakings. We've sought to challenge others to share in our confidence in the possibilities of our community. Our former county manager, Mr. Carley, quipped, "In Arlington, we don't do easy." And it was a statement of pride, because for decades we have taken on the hard challenges, met them, and emerged stronger. I think we still have that pride. I still believe in Arlington, and I think most of you do too. As I noted a year ago, Arlington's long-sustained, successful approach to governing rests on 3 commitments. An unshakable commitment to progressive moral values. We affirm the worth of every individual, celebrate diversity, and promote inclusion. A commitment to long-term investment in our community to improve the quality of life and grow the tax base so that we can live up to our moral commitments, fund the best schools in the region, and support all the services that Arlingtonians expect. And a commitment to the process of governing, what some call the Arlington Way, that is open and inclusive, actively engaging the public from early on in decision-making, that values civility in discourse, and is decisive. Arlington's enduring success as a community demonstrates the power of these principles. And that is a definition of sustainability, the capacity to endure. As I sit here reflecting on our past and looking to our future, as I hear the new chairman's message, I feel confident that the vision that we have been working for, a vision of a walkable, transit-oriented community that realizes a high quality of life for its residents while contributing to the betterment of a broader region, that prospers while helping to preserve the environment, a community of small-town charm with big city amenities, a welcoming community, a complete community for young and old with opportunities for all, a diverse and inclusive, world-class urban community with secure, attractive residential and commercial neighborhoods where people unite to form a caring, learning, participating, sustainable community in which each person is important. I feel confident that our vision for Arlington will be sustained. Thank you, and Happy New Year.